Welcome, and let's discuss 5 insane titles you can still get now. The first title that you can achieve, Salty, or the Accomplished Angler. This meta achievement consists of 14 achievements, all with various levels of difficulties and time sinks. The first achievement is the Northrend Fisherman. This is a relatively easy achievement. You just need to fish in Northrend until you obtain 75 skill points. The Old Gnome and the Sea. Successfully fish from a school. The Scavenger. Successfully fish in each of the junk nodes listed below. Here is a list of the locations of where you will find each type of node. The Fishing Diplomat. Fish something up in Orgrimmar and Stormwind. That's an easy one. Master Angler of Azeroth. You need to win the Booty Bay fishing contest. There is a quest you need to pick up at Stranglethorn called the Stranglethorn Fishing Extravaganza. The event starts at 2 PM server time every Sunday. I recommend doing some research on which are the best spots to pick, because there's a lot of spots that are very popular, and then you have to find the speckled tasty fish. Once you collect 40 of these, you can hand these in at the quest giver at Booty Bay. I recommend putting your Hearthstone at Booty Bay and using a fast class, such as a Druid. Make sure you fish in the fishing pools. You can't catch this fish in open water. Mr. Pinchy's Magical Crawdad Box. You have to fish in Terracar Forest from the Burning Crusade, and you fish up Mr. Pinchy from the Highland Mixed Schools. It's a 0.2% chance that you will catch him. Once you do catch him, you will get 3 wishes on a 2-day cooldown. These wishes can grant you certain items, but the item we're all looking for is the Magical Crawdad Box, which you get the mini pet. One that didn't get away. You need to catch one of these rare fish below. By far, the easiest way to complete this achievement is fishing the 32-pound catfish. Every other fish listed on this list is 0.01% chance, or around that. The 32-pound catfish can be fished up in the Death of Chromie scenario, and here it has around a 1% chance of catching it. You get the Time Walking quest from Chromie in Northrend, Dragonblight. In the scenario, you have to unlock Andorhal. At the bottom of the map, there is a green zone. Go to this green zone and kill the mobs there until they drop an item. Click on this item and you'll enter a different phase. Then go on and complete the whole next phase until you get the final quest. Go back to the tower, complete the quest, and then Andorhal is unlocked. And now you can fish away and get the 32-pound catfish. Old Man Barlow Ned. Complete each of Old Man Barlow's 5 fishing daily quests listed. The annoying part of this is the fishing daily quests are random, so you could be doing this for 10, 15, 20 days if you're unlucky. The Lurker Below. Fish up the Lurker Below in Serpent Shrine Cavern, which is a raid from TBC. It is the second boss in here, and you'll find a pool, and you just have to fish in it, and it'll pop up. Outland Angler. Catch a fish in each of the specific nodes listed. I will put up a list for where you can find these. Northrend Angler. Catch a fish in each of these specific nodes. Again, I'll put a list up of where you can find these. Fish don't leave footprints. Learn the ability to find fish. By far the easiest way to get this is just fish in any of the pools across the Dragon Isles, and you'll fish it up between 1 and 5 casts. You will find the journal within 5 minutes here, and that will teach you the ability to find fish. 1,000 fish. Just fish up 1,000 fish. The Coin Master. This is a meta achievement, and you have to finish all the achievements of the penny, the silver, and the gold. There really isn't an easy way to do this. You just stand in Dalaran, and I use the fishing pond, which is near the bank, as shown here. It takes a while, so either listen to a podcast or watch a movie. Good luck on your quest to become salty. Next is the Khan title. The title requires you to complete 5 Battleground meta achievements. This title/achievement will take around 12 months if you play casually but are focused on getting it, around 3 to 6 months of more dedicated play, playing longer sessions and are focused on making groups. And if you have a highly coordinated team or guild primarily focused on getting this achievement, I believe you can get it done within 3 months. Or be like me and play for 18 years and still maybe only halfway. The first meta achievement is the Master of the Battle of Gilneas. You'll have to complete the Battle of Gilneas Veteran, which is 100 victories. Battle for Gilneas Perfection, which is win with a score of 1,500 to 0. Busting caps to make it happen, which is take 50 flags. You don't actually have to capture the base to get this achievement, just initially clicking on the flag will count towards it. 1, 2, 3, you don't know about me. You just assault 2 bases in a single battle. Again, the base doesn't have to be captured, just needs to click on it. Out of the Fog, which is defend 2 bases, this only counts if the base allegiance doesn't fully shift the opposing faction, not your average pugger. Come to the defense of a base 10 times, don't get cocky kid, overcome a 500 resource disadvantage in a match, and claim victory. Full coverage, win 10 battles while controlling all 3 flags, noobs to plowshares, win the battle in 6 minutes. Juggernaut, win the battle by 100 points or less. Battle of Gilneas All-Star. Assault and defend a base in a single battle. Battle of Gilneas Assassin. Get 10 honourable kills at each base in a single battle. The final achievement, Double Rainbow. Perform a gasp emote under the double rainbow in the battle. The second meta achievement is the Master of the Isle of Conquest. For this you have to complete the Isle of Conquest Veteran, which is complete 100 victories. Mine, which is win an Isle of Conquest while controlling the quarry, oil refinery, shipyard, siege workshop, and hangar. 4-car garage, where you have to control the glaive thrower, the catapult, the demolisher, and the siege engine, where you only have to just hop into them. Abominable, in a single Isle of Conquest battle, use 5 C4ium bombs at the enemy gates. Abomination, in a single conquest battle, use 5 huge C4ium bombs at the enemy gates. Mowed down, in the Isle of Conquest, destroy 10 vehicles and 100 players with turrets. Cut the blue wire? No, the red wire. In an Isle of Conquest, disarm 25 bombs. All over the Isle. You must gain credit for killing at least one member of the opposing faction at each of the listed locations. This can be done on one battle. Backdoor job. Enter the enemy courtyard while the gates still stand. I would go to the hangar, get on the gunship, and hop off when you're near. Demolition derby. Destroy the vehicles within the Isle of Conquest. And finally, Glaive Grave. Kill 10 players with a glaive thrower without dying. Move on to the next meta achievement, the Master of Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks Veteran. Achieve 100 victories. 2-timer. Personally carry and capture the flag 2 times in Twin Peaks. I would use either a Druid or a Vengeance Demon Hunter to do this achievement. Top Defender. Return 50 flags as a defender in Twin Peaks. You could try and arrange a little Zerg group to attack the flag, and this would make it easier. Or you could stealth with a Druid or a Rogue and come in at the last second to get the flag. Soaring Spirits. Kill 100 flag carriers. Again, you could use the method of having a Zerg group. This would make it easier. Twin Peaks Perfection. Win Twin Peaks with a score of 3-0 while also getting at least 1 kill in below. Creating a group would make this easier, but you will get this through just playing a lot. Peak Speed. Win Twin Peaks in under 7 minutes. Arranging a group would be easier for this, but you can do it through playing. Cloud 9. In a single Twin Peaks battle, capture and return a total of 9 flags. This is achievable without a group, but I would recommend being melee. Dragon Maw. Kill 5 orcs in a single battle. This could be easier to get now, with the mob premix, because people are wanting to run Tusks of Manor off on their transmog. I'm in the White Lodge. In a single battle, kill 2 flag carriers before they leave the Wild Hammer stronghold. I did this just through normal playing. It was quite easy to get. Fire, walk with me. Grab the flag and capture it in under 75 seconds. I recommend either a Druid or a Demon Hunter to do this. Twin Peaks Mountaineer. Perform a raw remote with the flag while under the effect of both a speed power-up and a berserking power-up. I recommend creating a macro for the raw remote to start with, then using a fast class, like a Druid or a Demon Hunter. I would just focus on doing this. People might be quite surprised of what you're doing, so you might take them off guard. Double Jeopardy. Win a battle after being behind by a score of 0-2. I would recommend getting a pre-made for this. It would make it a lot easier, but could be time consuming trying to form the group. The next meta achievement is the Master of the Silver Shard Mines. Silver Shard Mines Veteran. Complete 100 victories in the Silver Shard Mines. The Long Riders. Escort a minecart from its spawn to a depot and capture it without losing control. This is actually fairly easy. It's just when I play, I normally leave it halfway or maybe right at the end. Minecart Courier. Capture a minecart using each of the 5 sets of tracks in a single match. This is definitely one of the hardest achievements in the whole of the Khan meta achievement. This achievement requires some luck and some planning. Start by getting the farthest away cart from you, then you can try and capture the other 2 carts. The 2 most difficult minecarts are the ones following the northern tracks, which requires a switch of tracks at the intersections. But you also have to allow the other team to capture, or the game will finish if you try and capture all 5. I would definitely recommend getting a group together to do this achievement, because it is quite hard. End of the line. Seize control of a minecart that is controlled by the opposing team within 20 yards of the depot, and then capture it. Mine, mine, mine. Kill 250 enemies while you are defending a minecart. You will achieve this while trying to get a minecart courier. 5 for 5. Capture 5 minecarts in a single Silver Shard Mines battle without dying. This is a tricky one. I either recommend playing a tank or healer spec. My diamonds and your rust. Win a Silver Shard Mines battle without letting the enemy team capture a minecart. You can definitely do this solo, but it would be easier getting a group together. Escort service. Capture 100 minecarts in the battle. You will just get this over time, but it will be quicker if you're playing in a group. Greed is good. Gain both the Berserking and Restoration buffs at the same time in the mines. If you focus for this, it's pretty easy to do. The final meta achievement is the Master of the Temple of Kot Mogu. The Temple of Kot Mogu Veteran. You will have to complete 100 victories in the Temple of Kot Mogu, just like every other meta achievement. 4 square. Hold all 4 orbs of power at least once in a single battle. Power Ball. Hold an orb of power in the center of the battle for 90 seconds. If you are dominating a game, this is generally not too hard to do. Blackout. Kill 100 enemies that are holding an orb of power. People are quite squishy when you get an orb of power, so you'll be able to do this quite easily. Can't stop, won't stop. Kill 100 enemies while holding an orb of power. I've got the power. Win a battle while controlling all 4 orbs of power. A lot of these achievements go hand in hand, and if you can dominate this, they're quite easy to do. What is best in life? Earn 8,000 victory points for your team in the Temple of Kot Mogu. You will get this through the course of trying to get 100 victories. Temple of Kot Mogu All-Star. Hold 4 orbs of power and kill 4 enemies who are holding an orb of power in a single battle. This sounds hard, but when you are dominating the game, it's actually relatively easy. You are now. The next title is the Seeker of Knowledge. To gain this title, you'll have to complete the achievement, the Seat of Knowledge. This achievement requires you to have completed one of each of all of the pristine artifacts for both the Mogu and the Pandarian races. They must be restored and displayed at the Seat of Knowledge, where you will find Lorewalker Cho and the Lorewalkers in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. This achievement is insanely time consuming. The majority of people are having to craft over 1,000 common crafts to achieve all the pristine artifacts. Some tips and tricks for this. Your restored artifacts can be used to buy fragments from the vendor in Dalaran, which can take off quite a large chunk of commons. There are some archaeology items that you can use to help you as well. There's a Lorewalker's map. This randomizes your archaeology dig sites in Pandaria. The Lorewalker's lodestone. This teleports you a random active dig site in Pandaria. A mantid specific one of the artifact Sonic Locator. While this item is on your person, any new dig sites you discover in Pandaria will be of mantid origin. These are obtainable when you're exalted with the Lorewalkers. I also recommend obtaining the Forager's Gloves. These are about a 10% drop from an elite called Cordo Taurus in Kunlai Summit. These gloves will allow you to gather faster in Pandaria, and any little helps with this achievement. This is a tough grind, but you can do it! Would it be an insane title list without the title, The Insane? You get this title from the feat of strength, Insane in the Membrane. This coveted title is not as hard as it used to be, nor time consuming. Some tips or tricks for this achievement. I would get the Battle Standard of Coordination, which is a guild banner. If the Dark Moon Fair is on, which you will need for this achievement, then you can get the Wii by going on the merry-go-round. You can also get the Dark Moon Top Hat from the Dark Moon Fair. Both of these can only be used during the week the Dark Moon Festival is up. To gain this feat of strength, you need to be honoured with the Bloodsail Buccaneers, and exalted with Ratchet, Booty Bay, Gadgestan, Everlook, Dark Moon Fair, and Ravenholt. Let's start with Ravenholt. You will be required to kill Syndicate rogues by Stormgrad Keep in the Arathi Highlands. Kill them until you are 1 point away from Revered. Then you'll have to pickpocket for the heavy junk box. I would go to the Green Guild coast by the Isle of Quildanas. Here you will pickpocket Green Guild slaves, or you can buy these from another player. You can't buy these from the auction house, but they are tradable. There is stealth mobs in this keep, but if you get the Blackened Warg Stake, it will help you track those down. Next is the Dark Moon Fair. For this reputation, you just have to complete all of the daily quests that you can while the fair is up, and you can purchase items from the auction house required to complete the achievement Dark Moon Despoiler. This is one of the reputations that can take the longest, but not feel as grindy and as hard as the others. Onto the Bloodsail Buccaneers. For this, I would kill mobs in the Booty Bay area. So you kill the Booty Bay Bruisers and the Booty Bay Elites. Whilst getting your reputation to honoured with the Bloodsail Buccaneers, you can actually pick up a quest called Avast Ye Admiral. You need to be hated with Booty Bay and friendly with the Bloodsail Buccaneers to hand in this quest. Upon completing this quest, you'll receive the Bloodsail Admiral's hat, and you get the Feat of Strength for this. Doing this will decrease all of the 4 Goblin faction reputations. So if they are quite high already, a revered level say, it might be worth getting them to Exalted first, because all the reputations don't need to be at this level at the same time. The reputation counts if they have been at that level at any point. And finally, the Steamweedle Cartel, featuring Ratchet, Gadgerstan, Everlook, and Booty Bay. The fastest way to grind these is in Tanaris, just behind the Caverns of Time, on the beach or on the ships. The great thing about this is they don't give any negative rep to the Bloodsail Buccaneers, which they do if you grind them near Booty Bay. I wish you luck on your grind, and maybe one day we all can become. The 5th and final title on my list is Expedition Leader. To get this title, you will have to complete the meta achievement Expedition Leader, which features 11 separate achievements, 2 of which are meta achievements. Island Conqueror. Complete all the Mythic Island expeditions. This is very easy at this point, you just need to run each one. Azerite Admiral. To be honest, if you are going for the mounts and all the achievements and the different pets and everything like that, you'll just get this achievement through that type of play. Give me the energy. Collect 30 globes of Azerite energy on the expeditions. Again, this is an achievement you will earn just by playing. Tell me a tale. Complete all of the island expedition quests listed. This is very time consuming and a lot of RNG. Because you can't select the exact expedition you want to go on, you just have to keep queuing and queuing and queuing and queuing until you get the expedition you need to complete the quest. I also recommend AFKing if you get the wrong island expedition, and then coming back when it's finished, the time has run out. If you don't do this, if you abandon it and then you have to wait, a lot of the time you'll get the same expedition again. Loot 100 Seafarers doubloons. This one is a lot easier to get now, you'll just get this through normal play. I'm here for the pets. Obtain all of the island expedition battle pets listed. A lot of these can be bought from the auction house, but there is some that you have to farm. So what I would recommend is just do all the other achievements, keep farming, and then come back to this one. Personally wouldn't buy any off the auction house until you've got no other achievements remaining, especially if you've got all the non-tradable pets. Helping Hand. Rescue all of the explorers on the expeditions listed. I personally believe you'll get this through normal play, but you can look it up and see which maps they are on and where they are. Airside Brawler, which is the first achievement in 3 achievements. The next is Blood in the Water, and the final one, Notorious, which you have to win 50 alien expeditions in PvP. If you didn't do this in BFA, then I feel very sorry for you, because this is going to be rough. You can't solo queue this, so you have to have a group. But then you have to have other groups that you can play against, and then you have to win 50 times. Big ouch. Expert Expeditioner. Win 50 islands on Mythic difficulty. You just have to play, this is easy enough to get. Team Deathmatch. Select all of the Horde champions listed below. Or Alliance champions if you're Horde. You will definitely get this through normal play. And the last achievement, Island Slayer, which is a meta achievement. For this meta achievement, you have to win every expedition in PvP mode. As I've discussed with the 50 wins in PvP, this one could also be very tricky and time consuming. When I first started researching this title, I thought this was quite an easy one. But to be honest, this one should be the insane, until Blizzard go about and change PvP modes, or make it so you can queue a specific expedition. I wish you the very best of luck on this one, and I hope you will become an expedition leader. Thank you for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck out there getting these rare titles. Please check out my other videos, and like and subscribe.